Good morning, everyone. It is our first full Saturday in Europe. I apologize for the second abrupt ending on this trip. Yesterday was a little bit of a crazy day, and it really started when I figured we couldn't bring our camera into the haunted dungeon, and I was right about that. So it would have been pretty useless to bring it out with us over there. And then due to the timing of everything, we had to rush straight over to our dinner reservations at Clearhead. And after that, I ended up meeting one of my favorite YouTubers. So I will describe for you in more detail about exactly how the night went down. But right now, both Alicia and I are racing quickly to meet up with Rishi and Minnie. It is their final half day in Prague. They will be here until about 1 p.m. when they take the train back to Vienna, and they fly home later tonight. Rishi and Minnie have checked out, and now heading back to the train station.
Bye. Write me a letter. Maybe send me a Vancouver postcard. Postcard, Vancouver. There's a store downtown.
Bye.
Have a safe flight.
Okay, see you guys.
Bye.
See ya. Been a fun week with Rishi and Minnie. Guys, you won't see this until after I edit this, so it'll probably be a month later, but it's been a lot of fun. We have to do this again. Hope you guys have a safe trip back home. Actually, by now you probably will have. And enjoy Switzerland for the hour that you're there. And yeah, let's get to planning the next trip. We're just sitting outside of a cafe here in Prague, and I figure it's probably a good time to explain a little bit about what happened yesterday. After we got back to the hostel, we put the camera away, decided that they likely weren't going to let us bring the camera into Prague Thrill Park. And once we got there, yeah, we were right. In fact, we actually couldn't even bring our cell phones into this dungeon that we were going into. And part of the reason is they don't want us using the lights from our cameras or from our cell phones, and the other reason is they don't want to give away what their dungeon is and looks like, and don't want to spoil it for anyone else that's coming in. We get to this dungeon, and the lady talks to the four of us, and she really sells it super well. Almost too well, that I think Minnie got a little bit scared and decided it was probably for the best that she doesn't go on it. And then Rishi decided to stay back with her as well. They showed us a board actually where over 400 guests had chickened out. They tell you if you're going through the maze and you're completely done, don't want to continue, just yell the safe word, which is "I'm a chicken," and they will stop and turn the lights on and bring you out. If you're part of a group and one person says that safe word, that ends the event for everybody. They can't restart it. And so it really makes sense if you're going with people who have a high tolerance for fear and will stick through it all the way to the end.
Good, it was dark and terrifying.
For me, I think the most scary part was actually at the beginning, and I don't think it was meant to be scary. Right at the beginning, you go downstairs into the dungeon area, and I guess it's really dark right off the bat, and I didn't realize there was a step there, so we almost fell down the stairs completely. Luckily, Alicia and I grabbed onto each other and grabbed onto the stair handle, and we're able to pull ourselves up. But from then on, we were both a little bit paranoid that there were going to be other steps, and I guess it doesn't make sense for them to be more steps, but we didn't know. I'm not going to give away anything else. I think if you come to Prague and you have some time, do an event like this. It only took about, it says it takes 25 minutes, it only took us about 15 to 20 minutes to get through it, and I would highly recommend. It's not going to take up your whole day, but it's definitely worthwhile. So after that, we walked down to Wenceslas Square. We didn't have a whole lot of time left for our dinner reservations, which were at 7. So we walked through Wenceslas Square, headed straight to a place called Clearhead. Hlava is the Czech name. I hope I didn't butcher it. It's a vegetarian restaurant, and it was absolutely amazing.
It was the best vegetarian food I've had.
So I will link their website in the description. We do recommend that you, if you're planning on going there, that you do get a reservation. It does fill up pretty quickly, and even as we went in, we saw a lot of tables that had reserved signs on them, so I highly recommend reservations and highly recommend you going out there. Even if you're a meat eater like I am, you'll definitely enjoy it, and there'll definitely be things on the menu that you will like. After dinner, that's when things got interesting. Meanwhile, keep in mind the camera's still back at the room, so I don't have access to it. Wish I did at this point, because I was just checking Instagram, just seeing what's going on, and I saw one of my favorite YouTubers on there, Yannick Rubish from the Honest Prague Guide. And Charles Bridge was maybe a block away from where we were, so I decided, okay, well, Rishi, Minnie, and Alicia were going to go back to the hotel and hostel to get changed and cleaned up for the rest of the night. I figured I had a little bit of time to go out and maybe say hi to Yannick, maybe have a beer, and just sort of introduce myself. I've been watching his videos for almost 2 years now on YouTube. Absolutely love the videos. Actually, the dinner we had at Clearhead was based on a recommendation he gave in one of his videos. So I went over to this place called Porks. It's a new restaurant pub on the other side of Charles Bridge. And I saw him right in the doorway. It's like it's sort of like a big cave doorway thing. And he was just sitting there alone having a beer. So I walked up to him, I said, hi, you know, my name's Chris, I'm from Canada. I love watching your videos on YouTube. And we just sort of hit it off. You know, we were talking about Prague, talking about traveling. I asked if I could buy him a beer, and actually he refused to let me pay. So he's not only the Honest Prague Guide, but he's also the Honest Prague host. He was an excellent host. We chatted at that bar probably for a good hour, and then he took me to another bar that's run by one of his friends a couple spots down. We had a beer there. It was craft beer, so it was really good. And then from there we went to a third place, another place called Napa, which also was quite good. And keep in mind, these are places that I think a lot of locals go to, so they're not the most touristy, but they're still busy, and the quality of the food and drinks were really good. Spent a good, 2.5 to 3 hours. Thank you for the tips. He gave me some good tips on some places to see today. So in honor of that, I think Alicia and I are going to go head off to Prague Castle and see the first restaurant he recommended. Thank you, Yannick. We're here at restaurant Kuchyn. The way it works here is you pay for the type of meal that you want to eat, and then you go inside and pick it up straight from the kitchen. Or if you're like us, you just want to have a nice beer and enjoy the view. Another place you can go to if you want a nice view outside of Prague Castle and a good coffee, Starbucks. So we are here at Porks. This place just opened up a couple of weeks ago, and it's where I met up with Yannick last night. He still hasn't really tried this place out, so I said that I'd come back here today. The prices are good. A little bit of food that we had last night was good. Alicia and I just ordered a big beer for me, a little beer for her, and the cheese. So let's try it out. Like I said, we have our beer, and we ordered the cheese. So this is how it comes. I hope I'm doing this right. It's really full of flavor. Highly recommend it. It's less than 100 pounds. Very good for an appetizer, or if you want to just share a snack. Definitely come here. I will put the link in the description to where you can find this place, so you can come check this out when you're in Prague next. As this is our last night in Prague, we have to pack, and rather than waiting until tomorrow morning, especially since it's a 8-bed dorm and others will be sleeping, we don't want to make too much noise. We're probably going to go back right now to the hostel and pack tonight, and I guess probably call it an early night. Might go out and grab one final dessert, but other than that, I think I'm going to end the vlog here. So tomorrow we'll pick up probably as we're heading to the train station, and then we'll be on our way to Berlin. Until then, good night everyone.